Morning, y'all up? It is Nyota, your adaptability coach and leadership strategist, coming to you with tips and tricks to be more adaptable in your everyday lives, using your hard-earned skills that you've earned to be more adaptable in your homes, in your careers, and in your businesses. Today's lesson in adaptability is brought to you by Under Armour walking app. I miss my sleep number, bed, and you all right? Good morning. How are you? So today I'm starting a new series based on one of the pillars of my VET framework. And the framework talks about values and vision and entrepreneurship, micro entrepreneurship, part-time entrepreneurship, full-time entrepreneurship, and also entrepreneurship within your corporations. We talk about transformation, and it's transformation in the areas of emotional health, areas of get across the street before you get hit by a car health, physical health, and also financial health. We also talk about your quality of life. You know, where do you live? Who are your friends? What do you see when you wake up, right? Your entire container of your quality of life. And we also talk about self-care and self-love, because there's a difference there, but it's a big deal. But today we're going to be talking about the transformation pillar. And there's so many things that people say that they want. There's so many things, if only I had, if only I were. But there's a question that we must consider, and it's, are you willing to transform to get what you want, to live the life that you envision for yourself? Are you willing to live the life that you've been putting in all of this work, learning these skills, learning how to connect and communicate, and all of these things that you've been learning over the course of your life? But when it gets to the point where it's time to reap the benefits of this life that you've been sowing, and it's time to reap, you're not willing to do that last step and transform to be able to receive it. Does that make sense? So today we're going to talk about our emotional health. And our emotional health is different than our mental health, right? And emotional health and mental health, it's subtle. As a matter of fact, it's not subtle at all. But our emotional health is basically being able to check in on ourselves in the moment. And a lot of times when we're in the middle of something, it's hard to see the role that we play. For instance, you're at work, you are late for work, you didn't turn in the report that you were supposed to turn in the previous day on time, and you've been talking shit about your coworkers, right? But when you tell the story about what's going on at work, you're telling the people how disrespectful they are, they don't know how to treat people right. But you're not doing your part to be an effective, I won't even say an effective employee, but an effective person, and an effective person to be a part of a team. But to be a part of a team, all of these things also lead into, emotionally being able to be a team player in your homes, being able to be a team player in your jobs, because these skills of being able to follow this framework and being able to be emotionally intelligent are skills that will propel you forward, because you're able to receive all of these things, all of these courses, all of this training that you've had over the course of your life, right? So when we talk about emotional health, it is having the maturity, right? And I say the emotional maturity and the emotional intelligence. There's books and things on this, but this isn't something that we always seem to acknowledge, or it's not even something that we talk about all the time, depending on, your circles and what kind of personal and professional development things that you're doing. But being emotionally intelligent is being able to read the room, right? You wouldn't go into a room where there was a funeral or someone's really sick or something like that, going in with the turn up, right? With your music and your boombox, right? It's being able to read the room emotionally, being able to tap into your intuition to see what is really happening in this space outside of me and what is happening in this space because of me, right? Because sometimes people are like, everywhere I go is in an amazing experience. I had a drill sergeant, and I was in basic training, or AIT. I was going from AIT to my first duty assignment. And that drill sergeant told me something that stuck with me my entire duty assignment, right? They're like, every duty assignment will be like your favorite duty assignment, right? And so every duty assignment that I went to, like, I loved the duty assignment, right? Like, everywhere I go, I loved every place that I've lived. Okay, so there was that one unit, okay? There was that one unit that they broke up. There was that one, okay, but I was in the military for 22 years, right? And only one unit wasn't it, okay? So imagine every place that I've lived, every place that I go, I love it. Like, every town, and this is part of what the drill sergeant said too, every duty assignment is exactly what you're looking for, right? Every place you live is exactly what you're looking for. 3 people can go to the same town and have a totally different experience, right? If you're going for the turn up, that's what the town is going to be. If you're going to the town, then you know where all the libraries are and all the meetups that are teaching you how to learn foreign languages. That's what the town is going to be. If you're going to this town and you just stay in the house, the town is going to be a lonely place. So part of that is where we are in our emotions. And if we're willing to stretch that emotional health and be able to tap in to our emotions of being able to listen, being able to give, being able to receive, and just being able to read the room emotionally. And sometimes you're the only one in that room. So can you read that room emotionally? How are you feeling? Check in, right? If you're always getting into arguments with people, it's always an argument, but other people don't seem to be having that same issue. Read the room. That's you, son. That's you, right? A lot of times we don't understand that we manifest, right? And we're doing that, like, we're projecting who we are on people. So take the time to just kind of pause and read, do that top to bottom scan. How are you feeling in your head? How are you feeling in your voice? What do you see? How are you feeling in your heart space and your intuition? how are you feeling in your heart? And are you walking into a situation jumping to conclusions? And part of that is being emotionally healthy, right? And being able to take time to settle in to what's going on in your emotions, and being able to to be able to detach yourself from a situation. And I'm just going to give this two tips on how to kind of detach from that. And it's something that you hear about all the time, but we still going to talk about it here today, because that's what we're going to do. Thank you. So, are you taking time to be quiet? Are you taking time to be silent? Or this could be a time that you take the time to meditate. Are you taking the time to just be able to process what's going on with you, in you, and be able to process what's going on outside of you? Take that time to be silent. It's simple, but it's powerful, right? So take that silent time. Number 2, our hearts and our minds and our heads and our emotions and our bodies are all connected. So are you taking time to move your body and be able to let it make those connections? Move your body, right? And number 3, are you taking time to process when so you've been moving your body, so you've been silent, and taking the time to process that? And how would you process that? Take the time, get you a journal, a sheet of paper, a Post-it, the back of a newspaper, and just write out how you're feeling. It's something that connects when you're doing pen to paper, actual pen to paper, not on your computer, but taking the time to write what is going on in your head. Sometimes a lot of people can't go to sleep at night, and this is a bonus. Sometimes a lot of people can't go to sleep at night because they have so many things going on in their head. Keep a sheet of paper, a journal, a booklet, and a pen or a pencil, a crayon, a marker. I don't know what it is you want to write with, but use that to get the things that are just running wild in your head and they're keeping you up at night. Not your phone, right? But a pen and a paper. So those are some of the things that I like for you guys to consider when we are talking about your emotional health, and considering your role in your emotional health, which is different from mental health, which isn't the top of my conversation. It's not something that I talk about, but I am a true advocate of mental health and having a mental health provider, having a mental health professional that can be able to help you process what is going on in your head. Because a lot of times, if you don't have that base work to be able to have someone help you process everything that happened to you when you were a child, everything that happened to you while you were in school, everything that's happened to you that has been going on while you were in the military or while you're on your jobs, being able to process, help you process an entire life. Because we go into life sometimes with all of these residual pains that we've had, throughout our lives, and they have these imprints on our emotional health, which can impede our emotional healing, if that makes sense. So take the time to get silent, meditate, be quiet, right? Move in your body, walk, jump. If you like HIIT, if you like CrossFit, move in your body, connect. That mind-body connection is bold. It's amazing. It is powerful. So move in your body. Use the time to process some of the things that comes up for you when you are meditating, when you get into that silent time after you've been moving your body. Use the time to journal, even if it's just one word. If you have a goal to start journaling and it's not something that you've been doing, just one word. You don't have to be crazy, just start, right? Just start. So take that time. And if you know that this place of emotional health is a major struggle for you because you do have these residual emotional pains that have happened throughout the course of your life, and we all have life on us. You know, it's almost like something that you step in. We all have life on us. So take the time, and if you don't or haven't, go and talk to your mental health provider. Go and talk to your mental health professional. Find one. It is important. It can save your life. And when I say your life, it's the life that you want to live. Okay? So this has been Nyota. Honey, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I appreciate you. Have a great day.